Chosen one. The moment has come. Chosen one. Not just another moment. The moment. The moment the universe has been whispering about in your dreams. The moment every tear, every silence, every lonely night was preparing you for. The divine scales are tipping, by not gently, not vaguely, but decisively. This isn't some vague idea of justice. This is the real thing. And it's happening now. You've walked through hell with grace. You've endured the kind of pain that changes most people, but not you. You stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. You remained kind in a world that gave you every excuse to grow cold. And that, chosen one, mattered more than you know, because now the energy is finally shifting. The universe saw everything. The betrayals, the manipulation, the silent betrayals masked as kindness, the laughter behind your back, the doors that were slammed in your face. But guess what? You never begged. You never lowered your frequency. And now, what they did to you is returning to them with interest. But this isn't just karma. It's royal karma. It's refined, sacred, hand-delivered by divine intelligence. This is not about punishment. It's about alignment. It's about sacred recalibration. Everyone involved in your journey, the ones who harmed you, helped you, or stood by watching, they are all receiving exactly what they earned. And it's happening not by your hands, but by the hands of the divine. Before we dive deeper into this transformation, I need you to do something bold. I invite you, not as a viewer, but as a soul who has been searching for a sign, to stay until the end. Every word in this message is encoded with light. This is not just a video. It's a spiritual transmission. If you feel this message in your bones, comment your warmest wishes, the sacred numbers 99 and 777, and subscribe, not just for content, but for confirmation that you are on the path your soul chose long ago. Karma is not revenge. It is revelation. It is the grand unfolding of energy returning home. And though it may have felt like silence surrounded you for too long, silence was never absence. It was orchestration. Because royalty doesn't retaliate. Royalty waits. And karma, when it moves, doesn't make a sound, because it doesn't need to. It's already written in the frequency of justice. Everyone involved. The liar, the manipulator, the doubter, the fake supporter, the opportunist. They are now sitting in front of the divine mirror, and they are seeing themselves clearly, not through your words, through their own consequences. This isn't chaos. It's holy correction. It's elegant. It's sacred. It's royal. But listen, you're not excluded from karma. You're just receiving a different kind, a better kind, a sacred kind. Favor, elevation, expansion, not because you're perfect, but because you remained pure, because you could have become bitter, but chose to become better. And now, the divine is making that choice undeniably visible. This season will feel like justice finally got your address. But don't expect the apology to come from their lips. It will come from life itself, from how the universe starts to bless you in front of the very ones who mocked you, from how your peace becomes louder than their noise. You felt it. The shift, the restlessness in your spirit, the sudden exits, the closed doors, the people who ghosted without reason. These were not coincidences, they were karmic signals. They were divine rearrangements, because something in the spirit realm moved. And now, so is everything else. Doors are opening us, not out of luck, but out of divine permission. At the same time, doors are slamming shut in the lives of those who mishandled you, not out of cruelty, but because their role in your story is over. Their time in your energy expired, and the expiration date is now showing. They are feeling it, the heat, the unease, the restlessness, and it's not because you wished them harm. It's because truth has a frequency, and it's getting louder. You were royalty the entire time, and they treated royalty like rubble. That kind of mistake carries a cost, and the payment just came due. So what does that mean for you? It means you no longer need to chase justice. You are the justice. You don't need to prove your worth. Your life is becoming the proof. You no longer need to speak. Your presence is the statement. You don't need revenge. You need presence. Because when royalty walks in truth, the universe responds loudly. Now is the time to be still. Not passive, powerfully still. Watch everything shift without lifting a finger. Let the storms whirl around you while you remain unshaken. Let their false stories dissolve while your life becomes the undeniable truth. Let their opinions fade, because your elevation will speak so loudly it'll echo through every room they once whispered your name in. Your energy, your clean energy, is your crown. Wear it with pride, because something is coming, something undeniable, something beautiful, something earned. You are about to witness a divine scene unfold, one that answers every painful why you've ever asked, one that makes the silence make sense, one that reminds the world that karma is not forgetful, it is faithful, that God is not asleep, He is exact, that when a chosen one stays loyal to their higher self, the universe bends to make room for their rise. This is your reward season, not a handout, not pity, but prophecy fulfilled. The spotlight won't just be on you, it will be in you, and its glow will touch every space your pain once touched. You will hear your name in the mouths of those who once mocked you, but this time it'll be in reverence. You will see the doors open wide where you were once shut out. You will sit at the tables you were once denied, but not because you fought for a seat, because the divine reserved one in your name. And when it all starts happening, when the full circle moment arrives, listen carefully. Don't gloat. Don't waste sacred energy on shallow victories. You're not here to prove people wrong. You're here to prove God right. You're here to fulfill a royal assignment. So when you rise, and you will, rise with class, rise with grace, rise with silence, smile because you survived, breathe because you're finally free, rise because the crown didn't miss you. It was waiting. And the karma moving through your life now, it's not loud, it's not petty, it's royal. And so are you. You didn't need revenge. You needed release. And that's exactly what's happening now. The energies are being returned to their rightful places. The weight you carried, that wasn't yours to hold, is lifting. And at the same time, the energies others projected onto you, their jealousy, their envy, their betrayal, are being returned to sender. But here's the part that only the spiritually awake understand. Karma isn't just punishment for bad. It's the unveiling of truth. The divine doesn't operate with a need for vengeance. It functions with alignment. And when energy goes out, good or bad, it always comes back multiplied. The words they spoke behind your back are now echoing in their own ears. The gossip they shared is becoming the cage that holds them. And the loyalty you gave in silence, that loyalty is becoming the trumpet that announces your name in rooms you've never entered. You see, chosen one, this isn't the moment to wait for apologies. Most of them won't come, not because they don't know they were wrong, but because your elevation is exposing their insecurity. When people see the same version of you, they dismiss becoming powerful, successful, radiant. It disrupts their illusions. That's why you must not chase closure. You must become it. They didn't think the seeds they planted in darkness would ever sprout. But now, the harvest has arrived, and it's undeniable. Some will feel it as a blessing. Others will feel it as a breakdown. Because how they treated you mattered. What they whispered mattered. What they didn't do also mattered. And now the universal response is activated. This is not about ego, it's about evidence. You were chosen to be light in a space full of shadows. And instead of dimming yourself, you stayed bright. And now, everything that tried to dim you is being dimmed itself. Chosen one, you're entering a season where everything is revealing its true form. The masks are coming off. The illusions are collapsing. The people who once smiled with you, but inwardly competed, are being revealed. The ones who used your light to shine, but left you in darkness, are being exposed by their own shadows. And the ones who prayed for your downfall are watching you rise with grace. That's royal karma, not revenge, revelation. You didn't beg for a seat at their table, and now a whole divine feast is being laid in your honor. They tried to count you out, but the universe counted you back in, loudly, gloriously, and in perfect timing. Some of the people who hurt you the most are quietly watching your glow from a distance right now. They're confused. They thought you were done. They thought you'd stay broken. But what they didn't know is, divine favor doesn't vanish. It just waits for the right moment to erupt. And this is that moment. The peace you feel lately isn't a coincidence. It's the weight of injustice leaving your energy field. The clarity returning to your mind. That's your spirit being cleaned of all the lies projected onto it. And the sudden blessings, upgrades, revelations, that's just the beginning. You are not the same person who was walked over, who stayed silent, who questioned their worth. You have evolved, you have ascended, and because of that, karma has taken on a new form around you. It's not just returning energies anymore, it's reordering your entire life. You may notice people trying to return now. Watch them closely. Some come to celebrate, others come to siphon. Your discernment is your protection. Not everybody deserves a front row seat to your breakthrough. Some only deserve to watch from the balcony, in silence, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Royalty does not explain its rise. It just rises. Your silence was powerful. Your loyalty was rare. Your resilience was divine. And now, the divine is rewarding all of it. Not in secret, but in sequence. You'll watch as people start to mention your name again. But this time, it won't be with doubt. It'll be with reverence. They'll call you blessed, but they won't know what it cost. They'll say, "You're glowing, Björn," without realizing the glow came from healing alone in the dark. And they'll want to be near you, not because they love you, but because now they see you. Let them watch. Let them witness what happens when someone chooses to heal instead of hate, to build instead of break, to wait instead of manipulate. Let them see the full picture. Because when karma arrives, it doesn't need to knock. It walks in like royalty and makes everything known. You are in your karmic rebalancing, and everything involved is receiving its portion. So don't rush, don't explain, don't look back. The same hands that hurt you will now wish they'd held you differently. But that's not your burden to carry anymore. You have royal karma moving in your life now. And your job is simple. Keep walking in grace. Keep walking in strength. Let the divine show you what justice really looks like. Because chosen one, this is just the beginning. You've already felt it, haven't you? That quiet unraveling. The way certain people are becoming distant without explanation. The way the energy of certain spaces suddenly feels foreign to you. That's not by accident. That's not your paranoia. It's the universe pulling you out of misaligned frequencies and pulling them into what they created. You don't need to keep questioning why someone suddenly disappeared, why they turned cold, why they betrayed you. You don't need closure from someone who never truly opened up in the first place. What you need now is what you're finally receiving: clarity through distance, power through release, and justice through divine return. Let it all unfold. You see, the truth is, not everybody could come with you. Some were only in your story to play their role. And now that the curtain has dropped on that act, the divine director has removed them from the stage. It's not personal, it's purpose. Because what's coming next in your life requires elevation, not weight. And karma knows how to lift what needs rising and drop what must fall. There are people whose hands are trembling right now, not because you're dangerous, but because their actions finally returned home. There are people who are now facing the version of themselves they projected onto you, and that confrontation is divine. It's clean, it's quiet, and it's irreversible. Chosen one, this part of the journey is not about proof, it's about presence. Your energy has changed, your vibration has shifted. That's why old doors won't open anymore. Not because you're locked out, but because you're no longer meant to fit into spaces that insult your frequency. Don't go back to water. What karma is drying out. You have seen the signs. You've felt the tension in conversations that once flowed freely. You've noticed how your silence now echoes louder than your presence ever did before. That's all part of the divine justice unfolding. Everybody involved is getting what's theirs. And you're being ushered into a new timeline where nothing false can follow you. There's no need to prove your heart to people who misread your spirit. The most powerful proof is peace. And your life is becoming unshakably peaceful because you are finally walking in the energy you always deserved. It's funny, isn't it? The same people who called you too much are now watching you become everything they're not. The same ones who mocked your dreams are now witnessing those dreams become your reality. And the ones who only loved the broken version of you can't find access to the whole version anymore. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. Because you've outgrown survival. You're stepping into sovereignty. You're no longer apologizing for your light. You're letting it shine. You're no longer playing small to keep others comfortable. You're choosing expansion over permission. You're walking like someone who knows who they are, and karma is backing every step. There is no need to rush this phase. It's divine timing. Every revelation, every shift, every ending is happening exactly as it was meant to. And soon, you'll see even more clearly. Some people were removed not because they were bad, but because they were beneath the version of you that's emerging. You don't heal just to go back. You heal to rise. And you, chosen one, are rising royally. And as you rise, karma is falling all around you. The scales are balancing. The divine is speaking. The energy is correcting. The stories are rewriting themselves. Let it happen. When someone tries to come back now, not out of love, but out of panic, you'll feel it. And you'll smile, not from spite, but from wisdom. Because you'll know they're not returning for you. They're returning to escape themselves. And you, chosen one, are no longer anyone's escape. You're the truth that burns through illusion. The truth that karma always protects. The truth that light never begs to be noticed. It just shines and lets the world adjust. So let it all play out. Let them receive what they gave. Let them carry what they tried to place on you. Let them face what they created when they tried to destroy what was divine. And you just keep glowing, keep aligning, keep walking. Because everybody involved is getting royal karma. And you, chosen one, are walking into your royal reward. There's a strange peace that comes when you stop fighting to be understood, when you stop needing the ones who betrayed you to see your worth, when you no longer crave the applause of people who never clapped for you. That peace is not weakness, it's alignment. That stillness is not silence, it's strength. That calmness is not passivity, it's divine confidence. Because deep down, chosen one, you know something is happening that can't be undone. Royal karma isn't just hitting them, it's shaping you. Yes, they're receiving their energetic dues, but you're being reshaped into someone unstoppable. You're being recentered into the truest version of yourself, not the one who begged to be loved, not the one who tolerated mistreatment, not the one who questioned their light, but the real you, the royal you, the version of you that no longer reacts, but radiates. That is the reward. That is the shift. You've already seen it, how your glow now disrupts the ones who once ignored you, how your energy stirs things in people who can't articulate what they're feeling. You walk into a room and the atmosphere changes. Why? Because you've moved from seeking approval to embodying royalty. You are no longer chasing justice, you carry it. That's the essence of royal karma. It's not chaos, it's elegance. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand. It simply arrives and rearranges everything. Let them look confused. Let them whisper. Let them wonder how you're still rising. You don't owe anyone your peace to make them feel better about how they treated you. You are not responsible for their discomfort. You are responsible for your light. And that light, chosen one, is getting brighter. You may feel isolated. You may feel distant from old connections. That's because your spirit is undergoing a high-frequency detox. Anything that is not rooted in truth is being peeled away. You're not losing people, you're being protected from people. Royal karma doesn't just remove, it replaces. It doesn't just close doors, it builds palaces. It doesn't just end cycles, it begins legacies. That's where you are now. You're not living from survival anymore. You're being positioned in strategy. Everything that once hurt you is now becoming holy ground. Everything that once broke you is now building your crown. Every no is now working as a foundation for a massive yes that only the divine could orchestrate. Don't be surprised if you feel like you've stepped out of the timeline you used to live in, because you have. You've moved from trauma to truth, from abandonment to authority, from confusion to clarity. And now the world must adjust to the version of you that can no longer be manipulated, misused, or mistaken. Your spirit has leveled up. That's why the attacks didn't work. That's why the gossip didn't stick. That's why the betrayal didn't break you. Because all along, karma was waiting for you to rise so it could restore. And now that you've risen, it's begun. What does this mean practically? It means opportunities are showing up out of nowhere. It means people from your past are thinking about you, not with peace, but with realization. It means your name is being whispered in places that once overlooked you. And this time, it's not about pity, it's about purpose. Some people will try to re-enter your life through the door they slammed shut. Don't open it. Some will try to complement what they used to criticize. Don't take the bait. Your life is no longer operating by human design. It's divine flow now. You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need to explain the blessings. You don't need to feel guilty for outgrowing dysfunction. You were never meant to stay small, so others could feel big. And this is the moment where karma makes sure everyone learns that. This is the season where everything they laughed at becomes the exact thing they wish they had supported. This is the moment where the version of you they thought they destroyed becomes the version that redefines your destiny. Let them experience their part. You don't have to wish anyone harm. That's not your spirit. But you also don't need to carry them forward. Bless them from a distance. Send them love. And let the universe handle the rest. Because the more you stay in your lane, the faster the divine clears your path. And what's waiting for you? Elevation, recognition, redemption, legacy. Everything that was delayed is now arriving. Everything that was stolen is being restored in a better form. Everything that was hidden is being exposed. And your soul? It's finally breathing freely again. You're walking in your true timeline now. The karmic debts are being paid in both directions. And as you move forward, let this truth echo in your mind. You are not responsible for how others respond to their karma. You are only responsible for continuing to walk in light, with your head high, your heart open, and your destiny unfolding. Because chosen one, everybody involved is getting royal karma, and your story is just getting started. There's a sacred weight to this season. It doesn't feel like the past. It doesn't carry the anxiety of survival. It doesn't echo with confusion or grief. Instead, it's quiet, still, heavy, but peaceful. Because chosen one, this is what it feels like when karma starts honoring you. This is what it feels like when your life is no longer an apology, but a declaration. Everything is changing now. You've been pulled out of cycles, out of people's projections, out of manipulative dynamics, and into a realm where your spirit finally gets to breathe. You're not chasing, fixing, convincing, or explaining anymore. You're simply becoming. And that, in itself, is shaking the ground beneath those who thought you'd never rise. Because now, you're living in what others tried to keep from you. This part of the journey isn't about what's being taken from them, it's about what's finally being returned to you. Honor, peace, stability, creative flow, true companionship, an environment where your light isn't just tolerated, it's celebrated. This is the life they never thought you'd reach. Not because you weren't worthy, but because they couldn't imagine your growth. They couldn't picture your healing. They only knew the version of you they had access to. But now, that access is revoked. And that's how royal karma works. It doesn't just remove people, it protects your future from their energy. It shields your harvest from old contamination. It builds an invisible wall between you and anything that once drained you. And without you even noticing, it's happening now. Your silence is louder than your voice ever was. Your glow is reaching places your pain never could. Your truth is becoming magnetic, and the world is adjusting to your new frequency. So what does it mean to protect this new space? It means being intentional about who gets your time. It means saying no without guilt. It means no longer feeling bad for healing faster than others expected. It means choosing peace over pettiness. It means walking away from chaos, even when you're invited into it. Because the moment you start experiencing divine favor, you also become a magnet for tests, not because you're weak, but because you're elevated. And elevation always triggers envy. It awakens old characters who only knew the older script of your life. But this is a new chapter, and they don't have the range to interpret it. So when they return, and some will, remember this: they're not coming back for you. They're coming back for access to what they once underestimated. And karma will make sure they feel the difference. You don't have to defend yourself. Your growth is already doing that. Your peace is your argument. Your elevation is your closure. Your glow is your boundary. And as you rise, you'll feel something else too: the pull of legacy. You're not just healing for yourself anymore. You're shifting timelines. You're breaking generational patterns. You're walking with power that has ripple effects. And that's why karma is cleaning everything around you. Because what's coming is not just a blessing, it's a blueprint. Your story is becoming a sacred map for others. Your pain has matured into wisdom. Your wounds have grown into wings. And you're no longer surviving. You're building. This is divine justice in motion. This is universal alignment manifesting in real time. This is karma that does not shout but shows, and it's showing through you. You'll find that things now flow differently. Doors open with ease. People speak your name with respect. The opportunities you once prayed for are now meeting you without chase. And it's not because of luck. It's because of alignment. Because you stayed true. Because you endured. Because you didn't become what tried to break you. Because you rose without revenge. And now the divine is rewarding you in a way that no person can block or distort. Let it all unfold. Let karma deliver its mail to every address it needs to. Let divine order handle what's beyond your reach. You're not a judge, you're royalty. And royalty doesn't chase, it attracts, it receives, it radiates. So now, chosen one, walk boldly. No more hiding, no more shrinking, no more second-guessing. You are the living evidence that karma is not a myth. It's a movement that clears the room, rearranges the players, and crowns the one who was always meant to rise. That's you. So protect this rise, protect your name, protect your peace, not from fear, but from reverence. Because you didn't just survive the war, you became the proof that it was never in vain. You carry royal karma now, and everyone involved will feel it. This is it, chosen one. The final part, not of your journey, but of this revelation. And it's important you know, you didn't imagine any of it. You weren't crazy, you weren't paranoid, you weren't too sensitive, you were awake. And because you were awake, you saw the manipulation, you felt the betrayal, you sensed the jealousy, and you kept walking anyway. This is your confirmation that the pain had a purpose, that your tears were not wasted, that your inner strength was always seen, even when no one clapped, that the betrayal, the abandonment, the silence, all of it was woven into something divine. Karma doesn't forget. It just waits for the soul to mature enough to receive it with grace. And now, you're ready. You're no longer reactive. You're responsive. You're no longer triggered. You're transformed. You're no longer begging. You're becoming. And the universe has taken notice. This isn't just about them getting what they deserve. This is about you receiving what you couldn't even articulate you needed. The justice, the reward, the recognition, the restoration. Yes, everybody involved is getting royal karma, but the emphasis is on royal, because this isn't vengeance, this is victory. This is a divine system, correcting itself in your favor, because you remained true even when it cost you everything. So now, the cost becomes the crown. The isolation becomes your insight. The betrayal becomes your protection. The delay becomes your direction. And the loss becomes your launch pad. You're stepping into a new frequency now, one where you no longer seek proof. You are the proof of light, of resilience, of chosen energy that cannot be dimmed. There's a reason why some people can't look you in the eye anymore. They feel it, the shift, the truth, the weight of your transformation. You didn't need to punish them. You didn't need to clap back. You didn't need to fall into drama, because you knew something bigger was at work. And now, the divine has confirmed it. Watch closely in the days to come. Watch how the energy around you sharpens, how your spirit becomes more selective, how your name travels with reverence, how people start revealing who they truly are, not with words, but with how they react to your rise. Some will pretend not to notice you. That's okay. Their denial is part of their karma. Some will try to reconnect, not from love, but from fear of being left behind. That's okay. Their return is a sign of your expansion. And some will try to replicate your journey without having survived your trials. That's okay too, because imitation is the most obvious proof of influence. You don't have to manage any of it. Just stay aligned, stay centered, stay royal. Because this isn't the peak. This is the beginning of your real story. The story where you are no longer shrinking to survive. You're expanding to serve, to lead, to reign. This is the divine transition where you move from healing to holding, from suffering to strategy, from wondering why to walking in purpose. And now that the karmic debts are paid and your spirit is restored and the world is beginning to notice, it's time. Time to build. Time to love again, wisely. Time to move again, boldly. Time to share again, intentionally. Time to walk forward without any residue of what tried to follow you. Because you are clean. You are chosen. You are royalty in motion. Everybody involved will carry their own truth now. You don't have to explain. You don't have to return to old conversations. You don't even need to prove you were right. Karma will handle the revelation. You just walk the reward. So let this be your final affirmation. You are no longer waiting for the justice. You are the justice. You are no longer replaying the betrayal. You are rewriting the narrative. You are no longer asking, why me? Now you declare, because it had to be me. Because only someone with your heart could survive that storm and still come out glowing. Only someone with your soul could carry the weight and still choose light. Only someone with your spirit could be broken and still choose to rise beautifully. So go now, not with fear, but with fire, not with hesitation, but with holy confidence, not with resentment, but with reverence for how far you've come. You've crossed through the karmic fire, and now you walk in royal favor. This is your moment. This is your rise. This is your reward. And yes, chosen one, everybody involved is getting royal karma. But you're getting royal destiny. Chosen one, this is the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for. The delay wasn't denial. The pain wasn't punishment. The silence wasn't neglect. It was preparation for this moment, for this season, for the unveiling of royal karma in your life. Royal karma doesn't come with noise, it comes with clarity. It doesn't destroy, it reveals. It doesn't shout, it shows. And what it's showing right now is you, stronger, wiser, elevated, untouchable by the things that once nearly broke you. Everybody involved, every soul who played a role, whether in love or in betrayal, in support or in sabotage, is receiving what they've earned. Not because you forced it, but because divine order never forgets. What they sowed in shadows is now sprouting in the open. What you watered with tears is blooming in honor. You didn't retaliate. You rose. You didn't curse them. You blessed them. You didn't chase revenge. You chased purpose. And that's what makes your karma royal. Because your reward is not just justice, it's transformation. You are now walking into rooms your enemies tried to block. You are now receiving blessings your past couldn't contain. You are now living a truth so powerful, it silences every lie ever spoken against you. Let them watch. Let the energy correct itself. Let the divine seal the story. You don't need to go back. You don't need to explain. You don't need to shrink. You are the walking result of royal karma. So breathe deeply, smile softly, walk proudly. Your crown isn't coming, it's already on, and everybody involved will feel it.